Ooh, it did work. Hold on. Let me go invite her.
There's an info right there.
Who, where? Right here.
Park's here, there's over here.
No, the part's over here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It comes out
Oh.
the inside.
You're live.
Oh, yay. Once again, breaking in right, buddy. I don't get no break. Hey, I will not do right there. Tip the head to this side.
What side? This one?
Yep, perfect.
Okay. So this is serious business here.
It is.
We're trying to get a haircut in, but then Seton Tucker just said she could come on and do a video with us. And she is live in South Carolina.
Hey, I'm actually ordering lunch at the food trucks right now. So let me place my order.
Okay. So she's in Hampton County, Lori,
Can I get a steak
courthouse,
quesadilla?
watching Alec Murdaugh this morning.
A card, please. Hold on. I'm putting my phone down so I can pay.
With every new
Hi, honey.
right?
What would you like?
They were all walking around.
You just want a regular salad?
Yeah, no meat on it.
So an even salad?
Yeah, but no meat. Yeah.
Can I,
You could go,
even salad with salmon?
but they just,
Hey.
oh,
Hey.
hey,
Hey.
that bar there just,
I don't know if it's going to be so loud. It's really loud because you can hear all the generators from the food truck. So I'm going to do my best to try to hear you.
we're loud too. Tell us what's.
Well, this morning we have kind of heard evidence related to the financial crimes. So it's been a little dry. It's kind of the same information that we've heard before, but they're doing that outside the jury because they haven't completely decided if they're going to allow the jury to hear that information.
Oh.
But yesterday afternoon was really the most interesting day because we got to hear from two of Paul's friends, and they showed the videos that we heard mentioned in opening statements. There was a Snapchat video from I think 4 close to 5 o'clock where Paul and Alec were riding around together, and they were checking on things on the property, and he was seen smiling and just laughing together. Alec was wearing different clothing than what he was seen in the dash cam video that later that night, so that could definitely be important. We don't know if those clothes have been recovered or not. It's going to be a question in everyone's mind, and if they weren't recovered, did the police actually search for those items? What else? There was a video from 8:44, which is what the prosecution is contending that the deaths occurred around 9:05. Because that's when Maggie's cell phone and Paul's cell phone kind of stopped having any meaningful activity. So they're saying that is when the murders occurred. And there was a video at 8:44 where Alec is seen at the kennels with Maggie, and well, he's not seen; he's actually only heard. We see it's a video Paul was taking for a friend of a dog, and the dog had a hurt tail, and you can hear Maggie and Alec in the background. They're saying that I guess their dog Bubba had gotten a hold of a chicken, and they're yelling at the dog and that sort of thing. So, but the big news about that is not so much the video, whether they were fighting or the defense described it as a convivial conversation. I think it was more just a regular conversation. But what I will say about that is Alec claimed that he was taking a nap and he did not see Maggie or Paul before he went to go check on his mother. So he either lied or he is not being truthful. Oh, my lunch is ready. Here, thank you so much.
So have we heard from the defense yet on what their explanation is going to be for that?
We don't. No, we have not really heard from the defense about what sort of explanation we're going to receive about why he doesn't remember. We had a lot of cell phone technology. I assume that they're probably going to bring their own experts on. And should I be walking? Do y'all want to see my face or do y'all want to see the town?
Oh, we can't. I want to see both. I want to see
Okay.
people. Let me see Nancy Grace. Find her.
She was not there today. Oh God, I'm about to fall down a hill. Oh, all right.
This,
I'm up.
I wish
I'm
you were
up the
there,
hill.
Lord.
All right. Nancy Grace was not there this morning. There's still a lot of media, kind of the same people that I've seen all along. There's people from Dateline there, people from Good Morning America, all the local people. Um, I've not seen any other podcasters. They're not here.
Oh, strange. Wonder where everybody is. Lori wonders if he had amnesia. Did he have amnesia?
That's why I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's the story. It's also kind of raining here. Not wearing the right clothing.
Is it cold or hot?
It's it's medium.
So
It's medium.
Alexander says, "What do you think of the changing of the clothes? Sometimes I change clothes. Well,
Well,
when Lori
that's. I
and I
think
wear
you can't
masks,
make.
we wear pajamas.
Honestly, I feel like you can't make much of the changing of the clothes because of that very thing. I mean, people. A lot of people change their clothes after work. The thing is, if these clothes were recovered again, we don't completely know. But if these
That's what we
clothes were,
want to know. Where are the clothes?
well, that's what we don't know. We haven't heard. But it does appear as if there's a big possibility that um, the police didn't really properly search the house. But even if they didn't search the house, maybe they would have requested those at a later point. Maybe they were, we can't find them for one reason or another. I don't know.
Well,
That has not come out yet.
if they had the clothes, we would know it.
I think so. I think we would know it because I think they would have mentioned them. And I think what the prosecution is alluding to is that possibly the clothing was what he wore while the murders were being conducted, but maybe not. Maybe somehow those were disposed of.
Do you think we're going to have like some smoking gun where they pull out those clothes that we've heard they found at his mother's house?
I'm not sensing that because I think that those would have been mentioned during opening arguments. I mean, I think you
Okay.
want to bring out your biggest stuff.
Uh-huh.
This financial crimes, I think they could have condensed it down because it is all the same stuff that we've heard before, and it was out over an hour of just reading through checks, so it was very dry.
Read line 20. They were doing that yesterday with the text, and I was like, that is annoying. Not that I'm a lawyer, I just play one on TV, but
I know, me too.
they need they need to get this stuff down. Like they don't need to be doing all this talking. People start getting annoyed.
Yeah, I think that. Well, and the jury's not in there for this, but there are a lot of people from the public. Hold on, I'm gonna stand under this tree and eat my sandwich and show you this pretty fountain real quick, and then we
Okay.
can walk down Main Street. Hold on, let me turn it around. I got to figure out how to turn my camera around. I guess I could just do that. Look at that. Look at this pretty.
Now tell me where we are
We are right behind the courthouse. So this is the behind of the courthouse,
in
and I'm gonna
Charles.
say and see, there we go. The Walterboro sign, if you can see that.
Well,
And then I hope to God this is just subscribers. Is this everybody?
yeah.
Oh goodness. Great. People are gonna watch me eat my sandwich.
I know.
But I'll show you where he comes in. I did not get great parking today, so it's a little bit of a hike to my parking, and I have to be back in the courtroom in about 30 minutes. So just to let you know, I'm on a time crunch. All right, so we're walking up here. You see how this is where it's all barricaded off?
Yeah.
And behind here, as I'm walking, this is where like the witnesses and the attorneys and Alec pulls in. You can see kind of behind this fence. Can you see it?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this is where, and I'll show you a better view of it.
Oh, Elizabeth's mom is at court today.
Oh, tell her to say hey.
Tell her to say hey to Seaton. Seaton doesn't have on her green dress today.
Okay, see, this is where they come in, and this is the gate they drive in. And then they have this road blocked off, and this is like kind of where all the media has
Good.
kind of.
Sorry, somebody was calling me. Messed me up.
Where all the media, if you can see it, sets up. And because I think TV is important right now.
So when are we going to find out if the financial crimes get to be talked about?
That I was just talking to a few people about that. It's they're bringing the jury back in. They're bringing the jury back in this afternoon, and they're going to hear from a couple more SLED officers, and then this financial crime stuff. I think they're going to do that kind of on camera. And what I've been told that means is we'll hear all of it, and then what's going to happen is they're going to have to go back through and rehear all of that testimony again.
Yeah.
So in front of the jury, you can't just show them the camera, the video of what we've just seen.
Right.
The jury's going to have to see it in real time. So they originally said this case was going to take 3 to 4 weeks, and now they've moved it back to mid-March.
What was Alex's reaction yesterday when they played that video of him at those dog kennels when he said he was asleep?
You know, I don't know the answer to that question. I wish I did. I was more just paying attention. I was more just paying attention to the video and what I was hearing, and I wasn't paying attention. So I wish I could answer that, but I really can't.
Well, it'll be interesting to me. It seems like they're going to have to address it somehow, because that is a big. I think what Lori and I were saying. I'm not convinced. I don't know if he killed them or not. I personally think he had to be involved somehow. But I think it's going to be very difficult to prove with beyond a reasonable doubt that he is the one that fired at both of them. Like, it's going to be impossible.
Right.
You know?
Just setting that up. I feel like he knew.
Wait, say that again. Sorry, I was.
No, I said I think it's going to be very almost impossible to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he is the one that fired both weapons at his wife and son.
Well, okay, so listening to, they also yesterday morning, they had a lot of the cell phone testimony, and Matt and I actually completely disagreed with what we heard in regards to Maggie's phone, because there's an issue about the disposal of Maggie's phone. Sorry, can I eat while I'm...
Yes, you can eat.
So this is not good eating. It's steak. So I don't know if I can eat and do this at the same time. So we'll wrap it up in like 5 minutes, so I have time to eat. But in regards to Maggie's phone, hold on, let me wipe off my glasses. In regards to Maggie's phone, there seems to be an issue about the disposal. They're saying their experts are saying that that it's possible for Alec to have left and disposed of the phone if he didn't change the position of the phone or something along those lines. It was very confusing. But what I heard the defense say was that it's impossible for Alec to be in two places at once. So it was like there was a slight difference between when the phone was discarded, which was like a half mile away, and when the phone was discarded and when the phone was discarded and when Alec's car started. So it was very confusing, which lends to that whole, was there someone else aiding? Was there a second person involved in some way? I mean, I think they're going to delve more into this, but I was very confused, and I know this case really well because I have a podcast on it, and I've been listening to following it for a couple of years now. I don't understand how I feel they would have been confused by it as well.
Well, and I just think I think probably 95% of us think, okay, well, he had something to do with somewhere in this.
Right. Even
he
knew it was going to happen.
But we just don't, beyond a reasonable doubt is, and the other thing is what they did in that Casey Anthony trial is at the last minute, the defense came up with a lie right? They said, well, actually, Casey did know she drowned. Casey said she drowned, so Casey went and hit her body. Like they just came up with this bizarre lie at the very end, and she was innocent. And now she says, oh, that was a lie. But it worked in the moment. So if in the last moment he says, well, he did know that so and so was going to shoot them, it still gets him off, right?
Right. Yeah.
It puts in the doubt. It might mean he's a tiny bit culpable, but then when they go to charge him, he can be like, "Oh, I was making that up."
Yeah.
The law is such a weird specimen, and I think he's involved, but I just think if I had to say beyond a reasonable doubt, did he take both guns and shoot them both?
Right.
I'm not convinced, and I know you're not convinced, and I want him to be guilty.
I just think at what we're seeing, but maybe there's going to be more, more stuff that comes forward that will help us make our minds up one way or the other. But I really just think that right now, I don't think they're going to have 12 jurors voting to convict.
There's a fire, honey. There's a fire somewhere.
Yeah, there's a fire somewhere. I think if they came out with his clothes and they had blood spatter on them, you'd have me. I think if they said, I think him lying on that video is powerful that he was involved to me.
Yeah, that's the one thing that they have that I'm like, whoa, that, how do you not remember that?
It's powerful, but it doesn't say that he's the one that pulled the trigger.
Right.
It just says he was there.
Yeah.
Like I wish there was a trial there.
Right. It proves he was there, but more than that, it proves that he was untruthful. He either forgot or he was untruthful.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I mean, he had to be a part of it, or he wouldn't have lied about being at a dog kennel. And he didn't forget an hour later that you would know. Now, I've lost a brother, and I can tell you the last time I spoke to him, where I was standing, what I said, and it was cancer. If you had the very last time you saw a family member and you lost them, every parent in the world can tell you the last time I saw my child alive was this.
Right.
Right? And he basically is saying, I forgot the last time that I saw my wife and son. Bullshit-a-loney. He is a liar, which means he's responsible somehow, but we don't know how.
He's lied about a whole bunch of stuff in his life. Look how he lied to those 4 boys about the maid. I mean, he lied.
Yeah,
he lied.
I
mean, he's definitely a narcissist.
Yeah. But they're going to have to come up with, and I hope to goodness they have those clothes, but I doubt it because they need some good old blood spatter evidence. Anyway, I hate that for the jury because it would be really annoying to feel like somebody's involved, but you have to let them go.
Yeah.
I think that'd be hard.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. I have to eat my food real quick. Sorry.
Food. Okay, tune in with us later. Let me know when we get another update.
I'm sorry. Nice to meet you too. I'm so sorry that your viewers had to see me eat. Bye.
Bye. I mean, Lori, you know damn well he didn't.
He did. He lied about that man trying to be on the side of the road. Remember, and wanted him to shoot
Cousin Eddie.
Yeah, the cousin.
I know, look, trying to make us go away. Yeah, Cousin Eddie. He said some guy just drove by and shot me. And he sounded...
That mean a lie for him.
I forgot about that. We need to listen to that. I've been shot.
Right.
Somebody just came by. Some stranger shot me. Why did they do that to me?
Right. Bull crap.
But Lori, how does somebody shoot their own son?
Right. He tried to hire him to be a hitman. What a bullcrap.
I know, but how did, I think what's so hard about this is the idea that you would shoot your son.
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, he's a narcissist. He's a psychopath.
But what would be, Seton said this the other day when she and I were talking, what would have been the benefit of him? I could see him shooting the wife, right? Like, they're going to get divorced. She would get money. There wasn't any life
He
insurance.
wanted people to feel sorry for him because the heat was on him about people going through his bank. And all that was coming crashing down. So his
But why
wife
would he
and
kill his
son
son?
gets killed, and so people would feel pity on him and take off the heat of what he was going through at his law firm.
You think so? Now I hadn't thought about that.
Yes. I mean, come on. I've lost my wife and son. And that takes all the heat off of you.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you know, like, that's what it is. It's a family of power and greed. And he was getting, it was coming on him. He was
Maybe
trying
the
to
son,
deflect.
maybe
It's called
because the
deflection.
son saw him kill the wife.
Probably gaslighting. I mean, that's what it is. And he was backing himself in a corner, and he got desperate, and that's what he did. And it's all come crashing down now.
Lori is
untouchable.
also a lawyer on TV like
I
me.
should have been.
You have it right here.
That or a private detective.
It's crime
can
and
figure out
order
some stuff.
at the hair salon. We've got all the.
Not a crime scene.
Wasn't that son the one involved in the boating? Yes. Now I will tell you what. That will make you think Alec Murdaugh is a piece of doo-doo on your shoe when you watch that.
I mean, that guy where the girlfriend got killed, he said a lot in his interview.
Yes, and he was so likable on the HBO show.
He said on that body camera, he said they get away with everything.
Strange for being a lawyer. Well, he lost his law license.
Who did?
Alec Murdaugh.
Oh, yeah.
He lost his law license. That ship has sailed. You know what I thought was funny? So when there was the boat accident, the son Paul kills this girl in a boat accident, and they go to the hospital. The girl is missing. So you think you're in Edenton and there's somebody missing. And the dad goes to the hospital, and he starts going around to all the rooms saying, now don't tell him who was driving.
Right. Already trying to get his son out of trouble.
As a parent, is that your goal?
Our whole friend is missing. They just went to an oyster roast with it. Supposed to be a close friend, and that's just crazy. You need to be worried about where that girl is.
Can you get Thomas to talk about it? Spurky said. Spurky, I can, but he has not been following it. Thomas is more a lawyer that's that expert on the show Yellowstone.
That's my show. I love it.
He and Lauren talk Yellowstone. Killed the son to make the cops think that's the motive. Oh, maybe the law firm paid back the money he stole. They said he maybe killed the son to make the cops think that was the motive. Huh. The other thing he did, so he did that at the place, but then he also, the darn housekeeper died.
That's what I'm saying. And he said he was going to take care of those boys and stuff, and then he took the money from that settlement.
And one of them had special needs.
Oh.
I mean, who steals from somebody with disabilities?
And that woman, and then how'd she die? They said she fell in the steps.
Paul didn't drive the boat. Buster did. No, it was Paul, Denise, Diane. No, it was Paul in the boating accident. I promise you on that one. And he was drunk as a coot. They called him something because he did all these crazy fingers.
They said he got real crazy when he drank.
I'm waiting for Buster to testify, said Janie. Yeah, we hadn't heard him yet. I'll be curious if we do. And when you... Buster, the brother. Oh, I know the other thing. Oh, the testimony about the housekeeper is coming. The other thing that was big was when...
she died at her house, right? She fell on
they said she fell on the dogs. And when they called, they were like, yes, our housekeeper is fallen.
It was such an unemotional call. She had cleaned it in for 20 years. She said that she was family.
I think you're right, Jennifer. I think they wanted to make everything go away so they wouldn't look into his financials.
That's what I'm telling you. He wanted it. It was deflection, gaslighting.
Do you think Alec will take the stand?
No.
I bet he won't. Yeah, I think he killed that housekeeper for that insurance money.
I did too, and then he took it away from those boys and that.
Now, do you remember
the PayPal, right? And he had that other guy doing it with him.
But what was he doing with all the darn money?
I don't know. That's why I keep calling it Madoff. It's like a Ponzi scheme.
It's called the Madoff versus the Murdaugh.
Right.
We got Madoffs and we got Murdaughs.
Right. Fun.
And I tell you what, the Madoffs it was terrible. The one son died of cancer. The one.
And the wife was living out of the car. I mean, my God.
It was bad.
You went from the daggone, you went from the sugar to the shit real quick. That's bad time.
You can't make chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Wrong.
No, you can't.
Went from sugar to shit.
Sugar to shit.
He's
a narcissist. He might take the stand.
Oh,
I know. Y'all keep making me forget. So when he was talking to Buster and said, Buster, are you going to go hunting this weekend? And he was like, no. He goes, don't you want to go to Moselle and go hunting? And his son goes, Dad, I don't want to go out there. And he was like, why not? You want to go out there? Don't you want to go hunting out there? And he's like, no, Dad. My mom and my brother were murdered there, and you want me to go out there and go hunting? Like, I never want to go out there again.
I'm going to tell you, that man's elevator don't go to the top. Period. There's a few French fries short of a Happy Meal. He is. Something is wrong with him. If you can't see that, something is wrong.
Why was every lawyer in that firm in the house right after the shooting? Really? Janie knows a lot. She watches the stuff. I know Lori gave me a good haircut, didn't she?
I'll tell you somebody else who does that. Sheila Sneed's going to watch this guys.
Sheila, poor Sheila's she's a teacher at school.
Sneed,
this is why I hadn't been hearing her from night.
Let me tell you. She's been supportive of those AirPods.
In her pajamas laid out.
With those little blinders on her.
For those of y'all don't know, Lori and I,
Snead. Look her up.
Sneed. You thought Sheila Sneed was trying to be your roommate.
No, I was scared. I didn't know if she was trying to get identity theft.
Lori said, I need to talk to you. Somebody,
nervous.
One of your followers is trying to friend me on Facebook. She wants my credit card.
Send you a message on Messenger, Facebook Messenger is not your friend on Facebook, and wanted your birth certificate, your credit card number, your address, your email address, a picture, and you don't know them. Would y'all be nervous? Tell Adrienne the truth. Exactly.
Lori also thought that some scribers,
See, you can't even talk. Exactly.
Some subscribers were in our room stealing her stuff.
Well, they had a picture of my shampoo and Adrienne's next to one another. That's how it was in our bathroom. A picture of the bottom of my blush. I was nervous that they had gotten
in that creepy leopard powder from the Walmart.
Right. I like it.
Oh, my mother loves that stuff. I said, Lori, they did not come in our room and take pictures of your stuff. No. They took screenshots from the video.
Mary Scott was nervous too.
Yo, Mary Scott's calling me. Somebody was in our room.
She said, Lori is wearing off on you. Mary Scott said, Lori is telling the truth on this. I'm serious. She said, I've seen it with my own 2 eyes.
Lori has convinced us all.
I've solved the case. We don't even know how to call lawyers. We see a lawyer. Who needs a degree? God. I got it. So I got to figure it out.
For those of y'all that don't know, we were on a cruise last week, and I have a subscriber page.
On the big page?
Yeah.
No.
And
I gotta go.
And I'm trying to convince Lori. So come over and be a subscriber. I'm trying to convince Lori to get her own subscriber page. I don't know why, because I'm going to miss everybody. Can Lori, look, Patricia's telling you how to do my hair. What? Can Lori point out the right, hold on. Can Lori point out the right side of your face from your chin to your ear?
What's that mean?
Would that soften it around your face? Point cut.
I do. I know we are good.
What the hell is point cut?
She don't like a bunch of layers. I'm going to tell you that.
I don't want any on Bob.
She don't like these bangs.
No bangs here.
She loves like it is.
I get my hair done every week. I know if Lori had a subscriber page,
she's real particular. She's real particular.
I mean, people come to my subscriber page just to get a hold of Lori. I don't want her to have one. I'm just going to keep her on mine.
She is crazy. She is crazy.
I'm real hungry.
No,
first time subscriber. Yay, Denise. Have you had lunch, Lori? Well, how are we going to eat? Walmart powder name. Look, and you need an affiliate link. They're all going to be buying all your mess.
Oh my God.
What is that Walmart powder called?
Hold on. It is
You got to be a subscriber to find out. It's over on there.
Stop. Wait a minute, I'm gonna tell you.
Tell that baby goodbye.
I'm multitasking. We've done solved the case. We have got hair. We've done a lot of stuff today.
We've looked at real estate.
We've been getting done.
Gotten into college.
Seriously.
I'm not getting bangs. Bangs is not in my
vocabulary.
And I don't like any chew on Bob either.
You're still having a hard time with that.
She is tired.
I'm not done yet.
She's done.
I'm out of content.
She's done. She's out of content. Bye.
Bye.
That was the cutest baby. I never had any baby that would sit on my lap for a haircut.
I mean, that baby is a doll baby.
He is good.
What is my powder called, Tiffany? What is that powder called that I contour my face with? Air spun.
Air spun, and my mother used it growing up. I always thought it had leopards all over it.
What's that?
Leopards. My friend Tatum Fitchhorn one time said, "What is a leopard?" Somebody said, "A leopard." She was reading it. Thanks in the back. Cody Airspun. So Lori puts it right here,
It's the best.
and
Contours
she contours her face.
Like bakes your makeup on.
I love it.
Bakes your makeup on?
Like it sets it.
I just do it right here. I contour my face with it. The best contour. I can't do that stick.
What
Like I got
stick?
a crayon on my face.
What's that mess you put on your nose to make it
Oh,
sparkle?
that's
Give me that. Where is that stuff?
I want with me the tube feeder. I like
She
it.
puts this blood. Oh gosh, what you putting on me?
I'm just doing a little bit. Just set it. Okay, here we go.
I'm asphyxiating. That's what's bad for the environment.
That is right. Go ahead.
Okay, hold on.
Perfect. Then
It's a little short.
you wanted it in top.
I was just kidding.
I'm the one who wanted it long. She wanted
I
it
like it short.
She likes it short.
She said, "Your face is looking thinner. It needs to be longer." And I went like this.
She wanted it.
I like it short.
She likes it short.
You know why? Because I like Tia Leone's hair in that movie with Nicolas Cage.
She is not going.
Not that I look like Tia
She's not
Leone.
gonna let me budge, though. I'm just gonna.
It looks good.
Mm. Right. There's highlights in there.
So I wasn't coloring my hair, and then I kept saying to people, I hadn't colored my hair in 3 years, and people weren't saying anything. Then I was like, maybe it doesn't look good. And I came in, and Lori's the only person that told me, "Ugh, your hair, ugh, it's too dark."
Right, it was.
This was-
I didn't like it.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Gigi.
she needs to have a change.
This was my husband's shirt in college. I just cleaned out his closet.
Bye, baby.
Bye.
Yep, perfect.
All right. Carry on. Lori, are we going to go get something to eat? Is it too late?
Wait,
We could go get soup.
I can go get some chicken salad
Ooh,
real quick.
chicken salad. Okay. Come over to the subscriber page. What do you pay for a cut and style? $32. Goodbye.
That is a big lie.